You won't believe the power struggles, silent battles, and raw beauty that play out daily in Yellowstone, America's oldest national park. These aren't just animals, these are legends in fur, feather, and fang. And what makes them unforgettable isn't just their survival, but their stories. Let's step into the heart of Yellowstone and meet the 10 species that define its wild soul. Imagine you're walking a frosty trail at sunrise. The mist lifts, and there it is. A bison bull, towering like a prehistoric sentinel. Weighing nearly a ton, Yellowstone's bison aren't just big, they're resilient. These are the descendants of a few dozen that survived near extinction. Every time they charge through deep snow or square off during mating season, they carry the weight of history. One ranger once said, "Watching a bison in winter is like watching the Ice Age breathe." You don't forget that. Now picture the silence being broken, not by a sound, but a presence, a grey wolf. Once eradicated from the park, reintroduced in the 90s, and now they're ecosystem engineers. When wolves returned, elk herds changed behavior, willows grew back, beavers came back, and streams began to meander again. It's called a trophic cascade, and Yellowstone became the classroom for one of ecology's greatest comebacks. But predators don't rule alone. The elk, tens of thousands strong, are the park's heartbeat. In fall, their bugles echo like ghost songs through the valleys. One late September morning, a photographer caught an old bull standing in the mist, antlers dripping with frost, flanked by rival challengers. He didn't flinch. His herd watched. That kind of tension, that's Shakespeare, Yellowstone style. Speaking of tension, nothing chills a hiker faster than a close encounter with a grizzly bear. These aren't teddy bears, they're apex predators digging up roots one moment and running down elk calves the next. A researcher once found a grizzly carcass, killed not by man but by another grizzly. That's the kind of park this is. Brutal, honest, unfiltered. Above it all, you might glimpse wings outstretched, eyes sharp, bald eagles. They nest in tall pines and rule the rivers. They've become symbols of freedom, but in Yellowstone they're hustlers, stealing fish from ospreys, scavenging carcasses and fiercely protecting their young. They're less patriotic postcard and more battlefield general. Then there's the coyote, Yellowstone's trickster. Smaller than wolves, but smarter than most give them credit for. Watch one in winter trotting solo across a white field. It suddenly leaps, dives nose first into the snow and emerges with a vole. That leap is so precise, some biologists believe they align it with the Earth's magnetic field. Think about that. A furry, GPS-guided predator. Now, if you're lucky, you'll spot one of Yellowstone's most elusive creatures, the cougar. Rarely seen, almost never filmed, but signs of them are everywhere. Tracks, claw marks on trees, the eerie silence they leave in their wake. One park tracker described them as ghosts with claws. They remind us that the wildest parts of Yellowstone aren't always visible. Moose, with their oversized antlers and, well, those soulful eyes, are the gentle giants of this landscape, but don't be fooled, they're unpredictable. A tourist once got a bit too close for a selfie. Bad idea. The moose charged and only a swift jump behind a tree saved him. In Yellowstone, the rules are written in hoofprints, not hashtags. Cutthroat trout, born in the park's icy waters, play a role most visitors never see. They're a keystone species, feeding bears, eagles, otters. When invasive lake trout started to decimate their numbers, it wasn't just a fish problem, it was a collapse waiting to happen. So biologists went to war, electrofishing, netting, studying. And slowly, the cutthroat are returning, gill by gill. And finally, there's the raven, the most underestimated genius in the park. They mimic wolves, open zippers, recognize human faces. Once, a ranger noticed a raven leading a wolf pack toward a carcass, scavenger and predator working together. That's Yellowstone, a place where the line between myth and biology blurs. So why these 10? Because they aren't just animals, they're storytellers. Each one leaves clues in the mud, echoes in the canyons, and mysteries in the snow. And if you're quiet enough, patient enough, and curious enough, you'll start to hear their stories too. And trust me, once you do, you'll never see Yellowstone the same way again.